We give it to you raw. The Raw BJ Podcast. Because controversy doesn't scare us. Calories do. And now, here are your hosts, Brittany and Jota.
All right, and welcome to the Raw BJ Podcast, y'all. Real content, raw opinions, straight out of Atlanta, Georgia. We are your hosts. I am Jota.
And I'm Brittany.
Brittany.
Season 2.
Y'all, on this podcast, we discuss real, maybe even taboo topics, all while making you laugh. Brittany, how's your week been?
My week has been amazing. I got love all over me. And I just have been so happy. I've been on clouds 9, 10, and 11. And I went to a great battle rap event. I'm gonna tell y'all about that a little later on.
Yes.
And I have had the best week with my children. We have gotten a lot closer. We watched the season finale of WandaVision.
I gotta go back and watch the last few
Baby.
episodes of that. I bet. Don't say nothing.
All I said was baby.
Okay.
Whatever you think you know, you don't. Now,
okay.
I just want to say shout out to Wanda. She's underrated as a fuck.
All right.
And I don't know. I've just been having a great week. I'm so excited for May to get here. These kids to hurry up and get out of school so the fun can begin.
Right.
I'm so tired of digital learning. The teachers asked me if they were going back to school. I politely said hell no. And apparently you can say hell now because religion isn't part of school anymore.
Right.
So I told them my kids weren't going back and they still been doing digital learning. So I'm ready for it to be over with. I'm trying to find a fun alternative for my youngest because, she doesn't get to graduate the way she would normally graduate. And it's going to be like a digital graduation. So I want to take her to do something fun, but I'm not sure what it is yet. So I'm brainstorming.
Okay.
But other than that, I just had the best week.
Well, that's good.
I have some stuff I'm going to be revealing later on.
Okay.
Maybe by season 3.
Mm.
Be revealing some stuff.
We'll see. Well, my week has been interesting. Carter, my son, he won his first baseball game.
Shout out to Carter.
Yes, Carter. Won.
GCGCG.
Win.
GCGCG. Do you know what that means?
No.
Go Carter, go Carter, go.
Hey, yo.
He didn't take my ghetto ass because he didn't take my ghetto ass. I'd have been all through the bleachers.
Listen,
that's our son. That's our son.
They're only 5 years old, right? So I wasn't expecting anything spectacular to happen, but they won.
Surprised the fuck out of you, didn't it?
Yeah, surprised the shit out of me. I was like, wow. So that was that. I just been busy, bro. Like so busy getting interviews together, getting podcasts together.
Joe handles most of the podcast stuff. I really just come with the titties and my personality.
Right.
And I come with like the money for supplies and stuff. And that's pretty much it. I'm not a technical person, so I'm not the one that does the editing and stuff like that. I come up with a lot of questions, materials, and ideas, but I'm not the tech savvy one. So getting the Zoom meetings together, things like that nature, that's all Joe. And thank God, because I have no clue what I'm doing.
Okay.
I'd be sitting here trying to screenshot an email showing y'all what the person said during the interview.
Yo, so that was my week. Today on this show, we're actually going to be joined by TIA CARTA, singer, actress, trans activist. She is amazing. I saw she was trying to come on in the room, but I don't know what happened. But we'll see. But before that, anyways, y'all, 210 Decor is our sponsor.
210 Decor for the person who wants more.
210 Decor is an Atlanta-based furniture restoration and interior design company. Great work, affordable prices. Y'all check it out on Instagram at 2TWO10TEN Decor, DECOR. So, today's main topic is Trans Tribulations. Yeah, let's see if we can get Miss Tia Carter. Well, it's not 7 o'clock yet.
It's not 7 o'clock on the
Maybe
dot.
that's why she left the waiting room.
Okay.
But okay, so while we're waiting on Tia, let's go ahead and jump into the juice real quick. We're gonna give it to y'all real quick. There was so much going on this week
Mm-hmm.
in entertainment. Like we couldn't we just oh here's Tia.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe she'll join us for the juice, y'all. Let's
Okay.
see. Dun, 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 dun.
Yes.
Yes. Hello, beautiful.
Hello, hello.
How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. I can't complain at all.
Yes, we are joined by the lovely actress, singer, Tia Carta. How are
Yes.
you? Yes.
Thank
Love
you,
the
thank you,
hair.
thank you.
Love it, love it. So we were just doing our show and getting into we actually just introduced you, so you joined at the right time.
Oh, okay.
um we are discussing our juice topics this week, which is our entertainment cover for the week. So
Okay.
you're just in time to join us for that. And then we're going to go into the main topic, which is going to be Trans Tribulations Part 2, because we did a Part 1 last season.
Okay.
And we're just basically going to ask you a couple of questions, get your take on it. And then we're going to move right on into the interview, y'all, because we have another independent music moment by Miss Tia Carter. I told y'all she's a singer, and we love it. We
Yes.
just got done listening to
We got some songs for
live.
y'all asses.
Right.
Ah.
So on the juice this week, y'all, we're gonna talk about first up is the Grammys.
Yes.
Now there was a lot that went down at the Grammys. Some people didn't like it. Some people did like it.
It was
I
mixed for
think
me.
yeah, the biggest thing that happened, I think, was Beyonce breaking history, and I know you wanted to talk about that a lot.
Yes, I just want to speak on this. Um, I believe that we kind of grew up with Beyonce, right? Like she's been doing this for so long. Like I remember Beyonce on Star Search. I'm that old. So as far as seeing her career and how everything's progressed for her, I can't do anything but be proud as an African American woman who watches music and has seen her evolution. She's gone through so many things. She's done so many things with her songs,
Right.
and she's changed so much. But on just the most human level, you always root for that person that's been working so hard to have the fruits of their labor. She's worked her ass off. Like she's gone through so many different things. She's had children, she's still done her music. She's had businesses, she's still done her music. Her family fell apart, like when with her dad and her mom, she still did her music. Like she's one of the most persistent people I've seen in music.
I
Period.
would
Like
agree
not
with
letting
that.
anything deter her from this dream. So this is really just the fruits of her labor. And I do feel like, me personally, I think she should have had more than 28 by now. That might just be me. But realistically, I feel like as much as she's done and as much music as she's brought to the table, she should have had more than 28, and Nas damn sure should have had more than one.
Right? He just won
I
his
just feel like
first
that's crazy
Grammy.
to me. As far
Right.
as the politics behind Grammys, it's really
I didn't even
concerning.
know Nas had anything out this last year to
Honey,
be nominated or even win a Grammy.
let me tell you how the
That's
Grammys
crazy
do.
that is.
The Grammys is so shady.
Right.
And who you feel like is gonna win, because they show you everybody that's nominated, right? And everybody has a court of public opinion and a sales opinion, and everybody comes together with what they think should have happened. So often it's not that. I be sitting there
No.
like, are y'all watching the same fucking songs?
Did you watch the Grammys, Tia?
You know what? I got to catch a couple of the performances and different things. I've been a little bit unplugged from what's really going on, but I did get a chance to see that, and I just kind of see comments and posts and conversations and people wanting to deny Beyonce her icon status and to really give her flowers and all the work that she has done. It seems like people still want to hate her. And I don't care, what we say or what anyone says. There is not a bigger star than her in our time period. She is our Michael Jackson. And a lot of people, don't want to give her that, but like she was just saying, she has worked so hard. She has put in the work. She has been flawless in her presentation. She has, every time she has hit the stage, she has been uber entertaining. So yeah, let's give her that and much, much more, because I feel like she deserves it all. And then I see a lot of talk. I'm bringing up stuff that I've seen. I've seen a lot of talk with the Cardi and Meg performance, and people don't want to let them have their moment either. Like, let these women have their moment and let them entertain the way that they choose to entertain. The Black community, we have gotten so into this counsel. We want to counsel people. People who don't think like us and all that stuff. I'm just tired of really seeing all of that. So it kind of makes me unplug a bit and pull back a bit. Especially being an entertainer and starting to kind of deal with some of those things too, and being under a spotlight all the time, it can be a bit much.
Yeah, I totally agree with you 100%. That's really unfortunate that there's so many people that just let them do obviously they're performing for a reason, because people want to see this. People are watching. People enjoy it.
I think the thing that made people upset is that if you acknowledge that the performance was good, you also have to acknowledge the talent that comes with the performance. And a lot of people have wanted to write Cardi B off for so long, not being a talent. But what is talent to you? Like, the criteria is fluid for so many people, because I've seen plenty of people with no talent get a lot of stuff done. And I've seen plenty of people with not as much talent, with a lot of talent, not get as far. So what's the criteria for that? If you mean she needs to water herself down to be more Hollywood acceptable, she did that, and she's still blaming people. Like, she's still beating people in sales. She's beating people in marketing. She's more exciting. Megan has been through so much too, and it's like people are not wanting to accept that this woman has come into her own. She's found who she is throughout this time. She's at the Grammys performing. She's winning Grammys and doing acceptance speeches with Beyonce. She's there, and just accept that she had to come from so far to get here. Yes, she raps about what she raps about, but that's her truth. Let her live whatever her truth is. If she didn't live it, then she wouldn't be authentic, and people would complain about that. So why can't it just be these women in talent who own their sexuality on the stage?
Right.
Yeah. And to also acknowledge how this lane was even created. People want to attack women for being this sexual and provocative and all of that stuff. And if we want to attack them on that level, we have to also address that the men created this. Men have been rapping about pussy since I've been a kid. Like,
Uncle Luke,
we can go back to Two Live Crew and just all these rappers. So it's okay for men to say pop that ass, shake that ass, pop that pussy and all that. But when women themselves say it, it's a problem. I don't get that. I just don't.
I think it's okay for women to be objectified by men, but it's not okay for women to own it themselves.
Right.
When there's no man owning it, that's when people have a problem with it. But why can't we be in charge of ourselves?
Right.
I think it sends a terrible message to demean Megan and Cardi for living in their truth and speaking their truth. And then also telling women you have to be empowered and make your own choices and your own money.
Right.
And then you have men who are out here Ray Ricing women. Like, you out here, and you would give him a pass first. And he out here doing crazy stuff, dragging people around in the elevators. And he'll get a pass first.
And how much do we expect from these young women? These are young women in their 20s. Like, it's like, what does society, what do we expect from them?
Right.
I don't get it. And it becomes, at a point, it becomes discouraging. Even in the LGBT realm, I'm pretty vocal and I have opinions, about things. And right now I'm blocked on Facebook, people will try to come and counsel you, for having an opinion and for speaking up about things. And I'm just noticing now, okay, I'm emerging as this trans artist. There's a little bit more of a spotlight there. I can't speak as freely anymore. I have to watch. It seems like everything, because now people are starting to attack me about my opinions of how I feel and think about things. Even within the community, like I've been treated like I'm an outsider to the community, like I can't have opinions on things that affect me. It's just kind of crazy.
Right.
So
yeah, we definitely want to get your opinion about all that. But we're going to get into that in just a few moments. We do want to talk about very, very sad, tragic things going on down here in Atlanta. The Asian spy shootings, y'all. The despicable,
Heinous,
heinous,
horrendous,
horrendous,
unnecessary, avoidable as fuck.
avoidable. Aaron Long has been arrested and has been charged with 8 counts of murder. Y'all know he was going around to several spas here in the Atlanta area, shooting up, just coming in shooting. There was 8 women dead, 6 of Asian descent. His goal was to kill as many Asians as possible.
And he was arrested without incident. Ain't that about a bitch?
Yeah, it's
they always arrested without
Mhm.
incident.
This really
I've been seeing posts that say stop Asian hate, and I actually made a post and was like, it's not so much the Asian hate, it's that we live in a country where white men have terrorized everybody outside of them. Not just Asians, you know what I'm saying? The Asian thing just happens, the Asian killings just happen to be the one of the moment right now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Next week it's gonna be another group of people. So it's, we really, really need to address the white supremacy in American terrorism. That's what needs to be addressed.
Right. While motherfuckers trying to build a wall.
Right.
I need to be building a playpen for these motherfuckers that's already here. That's what the fuck y'all need
I
to
must
be
say
about.
the girls are out and they are sitting. The girls.
Yes. Thank you. They're Tia and Tamara.
Oh,
Those
okay.
are my other 2 best friends.
They're my best friends.
My breast friends.
Yes.
So your breast friends, I see you over there too, Tia. Pop,
Okay.
pop. Okay. You don't have them out though, but that's okay. But we definitely want to say rest in peace to those ladies who were tragically and senselessly murdered.
Yes.
And to cap it all off, we're going to move on and say congratulations to Kanye West, who has reportedly become the wealthiest black man in American history with a net worth of $6.6 billion. Woo! Go Yeezy, Team Gemini.
Get the West Wing ready.
Get the West Wing.
I thought it came out that wasn't true. So is it true or is it not true? Or where are we now?
Well, supposedly, here's what the deal is.
Allegedly.
So his Yeezy brand has been calculated to be worth $3.2 billion. Now, he has a deal with Gap that is estimated at $4.7 billion. Now, these are all estimates. He hasn't actually received this money yet. So if you're going just off the deals that he has,
prospectively,
yes, he is. But
his money's in escrow.
And we can't say for sure that these deals are going to work out in his favor. But knowing Kanye, they will.
I mean, my only take on it is, are any of us surprised?
No.
And here's the thing: everybody downs Kim and has some trash talking thing to say about her. But let's be honest, she did groom Kanye. They did grow together financially, and they gave each other a boost in different areas. He helped her out as far as styling her and giving her tips about clothing things, and she backed him when it was time to get his clothing company off the ground. I mean, he really wasn't off the ground like that when he had first met her. And I think that was the best part about their relationship when it first happened, was that you were like, finally, right? Somebody that's gonna back him. He done lost his mama. He out here trying to do something. He still doing his music. He ain't gave up. He ain't, you know what I'm saying? And they were helping each other build, and he's really grasped that. Like, he's really taking it and run with it. He doesn't want to just be an entertainer. He doesn't just want to make music for people. He wants to know later on, what are we doing? We got too many fucking kids to fuck up. Like, we got too much stuff going on. We got too many people looking up to us to not do the right thing. Ain't it 4 kids now?
Yeah, 4.
Yeah, it's 4 kids now.
What do y'all think was the straw that broke the camel's back in that marriage?
I really think it was mental health on both sides. Kim hasn't dealt with a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
She's hurting about a lot of stuff from her last marriage that she did not fully deal with, because Kim doesn't like being alone. And let's face it, they didn't grow up in a family that lets you be alone. It's a lot of expectation to be perfect.
Facts.
A lot of standards that you wouldn't see in another Armenian family. Armenians don't normally do this. The stuff that I'm seeing from this family, this is not just Armenian shit. This is some Calabasas, California shit.
Right.
And all of this, and at the end of the day, if this was really Armenian stuff, number one, they wouldn't go outside of Armenians to date. Right. Number two, they for damn sure wouldn't be dating nobody African American. And number three, when they have these children, they have a bigger responsibility now, because these are children that are of African descent. And Kim had to take on so many things in the public eye. And she had to educate herself on so many things as a result of choosing to have these children. And that's taking an emotional toll on her. And I think people don't understand that from the other side. Yes, she's Armenian. Yes, she chose this man. But there is a huge responsibility that comes with being the mother of a child of a different race.
Yeah.
Especially when all these young Black men are being shot. They're not going to know their children are Kardashians when they're getting pulled over in a car.
Exactly.
And that's a fear. Even Kim spoke on that. And she was very vocal about her fear of raising these children and not knowing what the next step is. So I do think mental health wise, they both need a lot of help. It's not just Kanye. He didn't just spin out of control by himself. Right. They both have a lack of support and a lot of people.
And that coupled with the fact that they knew each other years before you know, they started dating and got married.
I hope it all works out. I really think they need each other.
Yeah.
And this is the longest marriage she's had. So I really feel like as though
I don't think that she's gonna go through with it.
You don't?
I think they're gonna go through with it.
I don't know. I feel like I don't know if they're who they need to be right now for it to make sense. I think they're gonna have a long separation.
I feel like the Kardashian show is having its last season. I feel like they need something to hype it up, something for them to talk about, and that coupled with what's the girl that was in the WAP video? Kylie. That coupled with that drama, like it's just they always add more drama when their shows are about to come out.
Kylie also needs counseling, and I think her and Travis need to hurry up and get back together, because I think, contrary to what everybody might say, Kylie had the most successful relationship out of any motherfucker on that show. And Travis was very quick to get the fuck out, and it did not hurt his reputation or his life one bit. He didn't go downward. He didn't fuck up. He was very good to Kylie. He got her a push president and all that, and was with his baby all the time.
Really talk about their relationship. Anyway.
But it's that kind of respect. That's what I'm saying. Look at Scott and Courtney. Right. Every time something happened, this motherfucker was out here on some other. And they wasn't trying to tear each other down. That was what I loved about Kylie and Travis. Yeah. Whatever the fuck their problem was, we didn't know shit.
You know what? You brought up a very good point. You have these women, and I just want to call it what it is, because we don't like to admit that the Black man is fetishized and sexualized like a lot of other people. And like you said, you have these biracial kids, and so you have these white mothers and these other mothers who don't know how to raise these Black, especially sons. So it really brings up issues, like you were saying. She had to learn so much, and I feel like so many white women are in this predicament because they have these biracial kids and they grew up with this certain type of privilege, and their kids don't sit in that privilege.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's
Yes.
like,
But I don't think that. But I will say this with the Kardashians, I don't believe they fetishize their husbands because it's commonplace in that family.
Right.
I think they really do love these men, because if they didn't really love these men and they were just fetishizing something, she would have stayed with Chris, because Chris was the more acceptable black man in a lot of lights. You see what I'm saying? In a lot of ways, Chris was the more acceptable husband, and she left the fuck out of him. And when it came to her and Kanye, people had their doubts. They had their, oh, he does music. Are you sure you want to? This doesn't look good. Like he doesn't know what he wants. Like he just went through all this tragedy. Are you sure you can handle this, that, and third? And the difference is the Kardashians do things to educate themselves, even when nobody's looking. Like when she didn't even want them to film when they went to the Museum of History, when they were talking about the civil rights movement and that museum that they went to. She didn't want them to film that shit. She didn't ask anybody to come. But because they under contract, you can't tell people not to come with you, not to film this, not to be a part of this.
Right.
But they've always made it a point to say, we don't know shit. And I think that's different from a lot of other non-African American parents who just want the features, but not the responsibility.
Right.
You want the beautiful hair, you want the curves, you want the lips, you want the stuff that comes with that. You want to pass that down your bloodline, but you don't want the responsibility and the mental health issues that are coming. You don't want any of that stuff, but you want all the other stuff that comes with it. You don't want your children to have to buy asses. You don't want your children to have to buy lip injections. So you do that. At least they went in there trying to learn some shit, trying to figure out how to do these kids' hair, trying to figure out, you know what I mean?
Right.
And I can't do nothing but respect it.
You got to.
I mean, and they weren't mean to their men.
To some extent, you have to respect it.
I mean, yeah, it's everybody's choice.
But yeah, there was so much more that we wanted to and could have covered. We might even do an after show about all the juice this week, because this week was just so.
It was so juicy. We had to give y'all a juice box. You ain't coming with no gallon of juice.
Ooh, hey, that juice. So we're gonna slide right on into the main topic, which is our Trans Tribulations part 2. Now, part 1 of our conversation, we admitted that we were very ignorant.
We don't know shit
to the trans community. We don't know. I mean, we know trans people, trans women and trans men.
Yeah.
But I guess not enough of them, or maybe not close enough to ask them or to really educate ourselves on what it's like to be trans, what makes you want to go through this transition, what it's like going through it, how it makes you feel, how it makes those around you feel, the tribulations, the ups and downs of being in the trans community. So we are so honored to have you here and grateful that you're willing to have this short discussion with us. And go ahead, Brittany, go ahead and take off, because I know that you had a couple questions that you really wanted to ask.
Yes. Here's my my first question for you specifically. What do you feel like can be done from the LGBTQ community to help open up the gates of communication about trans tribulations, and what can be done from the hetero community in order to foster that same communication? Because I do feel like it's a two-way topic. We all have to be open.
I think first, from within the LGBT community, I think that there needs to be a more unified front. I think that there is a lot going on now that is very confusing to people, heterosexual people, and even a lot of people within the LGBT community, because now we have all these different things emerging. Not only, I think the heterosexual community is just really kind of grasping what it is to be trans, and what a trans person is. But now you have the whole pronoun fight, and you have gender nonconforming and non-binary people, and the conversation about pronouns, and all of that. And I think that it's just confusing to a lot of people, and I don't want to say it causes us more harm than good, because everybody should be recognized, that all of that, but it is very confusing. And some people were like, yo, y'all can't figure out what the fuck y'all are or want to be called, or, you know, cause I think that's how it feels to, you know, some straight people, even heterosexual people have said that to me in having these conversations. Like, I'm scared to even sit down and have a conversation and even address someone, because it could be a big blow up about what the pronoun is, and, you know, just all of that type of stuff. So I think we need to find some type of you know, unity within. I don't know why all of this stuff is emerging in these new titles. I personally feel like gay men have always been on a spectrum and presented as androgynous and wore makeup and girl clothing and all of that, but they were, you know, still gay men. I don't necessarily understand the need to, you know, be identified as this and that. When to me, you know, it's just gay. Everybody identifies as gay, but I think that I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's that the word gay is a negative thing, or why there has to be so many terms created. You know, so I think that's confusing. And I think from the heterosexual community, you know, it's just not to be mean and hateful. The reason I'm blocked on Facebook now, because there was a video going around with Michelle Obama and Zaya Wade, and, you know, there were Black people under the post going in, even going as far as saying Michelle Obama is a man, and that's why she's embracing Zaya Wade. So I got on the post and I said something to the effect that I feel like a lot of the Black community treats the LGBT community how racist whites treat the Black community, and they blocked me for that. But it's the same type of thing that goes on. Even when everything happened with George Floyd and Blacks went out to march and do this, you had gay and trans people going out to march, and, you know, some people were attacked. I don't know if you guys remember the video of the very young trans girl that was jumped by a mob of people, you know, out at the march and all that stuff. I don't know if she was particularly marching, but that was what was going on. So it's like, people want to separate us from our Blackness to say that if you're of LGBT, you can't be Black, or like we don't have Black pride, or like gay or trans people don't belong. So that's what I would like to see stop. It's like, just embrace us. And, you know, we've always been there through all the civil rights and all that. There has always been some type of LGBT presence throughout history in every movement. Stop trying to remove us from the movement. Stop trying to, you know, separate us from our Blackness.
Correct.
I totally agree. And I also feel like there's a misconception for me. I'm part of the hetero community, but there's a misconception between the hetero community and the LGBTQ community as far as what people perceive we feel is deserved. I don't think this should be a conversation about tolerance or anything like that, because tolerance just means I am aware that you're around. And I think it should be so much more than that. I don't think it should ever be tolerance for anyone. I don't want them to tolerate Black people. I don't want people to tolerate someone who's trans. I just want everybody to be able to coexist. And that may be an idealistic view or an idealistic way to approach it. But the truth of the matter is everybody's entitled, or should feel entitled, or should know they're entitled and walk in that entitlement to be happy and comfortable in their own skin without the fear of retribution, violence, and all this other stuff. And it really is disheartening for me on the outside when I try to educate people to the extent that I can, that people who are closed-minded are not seeing it correctly. And they have all these different different assertions like, oh, it's science. Nobody's born that way. It's just an experience that happens and it changes things. And it's a genetic thing, and then it's not genetic, and then it's just so many different
opinions,
bullshit misconceptions that people want to force on you. And then being in the African American community, it's even worse, because it all just gets filed under the devil. So it's like, it's so hard to have these conversations with people, and it's like these false Christians, what I call hypocriticals. They wanna file trans and gay and all the other stuff under the devil, but not fornication, children with different daddies, or none of the other shit that they should be worried about at their house. Like focus on your problem. And
I don't know why it's so hardwired. It's like and I live in New York City. There are a lot of Caribbean people, and if you know any Jamaicans, or it's like it's hardwired. It's like just
it's illegal.
It's like learning math or learning a subject in school. They are taught to hate gay people. A lot of people hate gays and don't even know what the root of it. They're just going off what they were told as kids growing up, that's a batty boy, or or in the South, if you're from the South, because I feel like I grew up in St. Louis, Missouri, and so and it's the same thing. I think we are just starting to be a little bit more protected and accepted. But you were just always targeted. If you were just can come out your house, and if a person can recognize you're gay or see that you're trans or whatever, you could just be attacked for that. You don't have to be doing anything but just walking down the street. But people are taught. So it starts, with parents. Parents have to teach their kids that, hey, there's different types of people in this world, and it's okay. And you know what I'm saying? You could teach your children how to be themselves or whatever without hating somebody else, but the hate is taught. I guess that's what I'm saying. It's taught, it's inherited, just like racism.
Exactly. So what has your experience been like being a part of the trans community?
You know what, really, at a point, there's levels to transitioning, and depending on how you look and how you can move about in the world. So at a point for me, my issues just become women's issues, because I live and I work and and I move as Tia throughout the world. I pass pretty well in public. I don't really have a problem with that. So my issues become things that a lot of women just deal with, and then looking a certain way. I look a certain way. I have a certain type of body. So it becomes me dealing with being over sexualized, or having problems with dating, like things where guys can see me, and they when I tell them that I'm trans, instead of them wanting to take me out or really, really get to know me, it becomes a sexual thing, like, oh, okay, well, what their mouth do, or you know what I'm saying, let me bust your ass. It instantly becomes a sexual thing. They feel like that they don't have to put the work in, because, hey, I'm a straight man and I'm willing to fuck with you. So, you know what I'm saying? It becomes that type of thing, like you're some type of degenerate, or you're just only good for sex. But at the same time, I feel like women deal with that, period. Women are sexualized, period. So that's why I say at a point, it becomes just women issues. In my job, I work in healthcare. I have a corporate job. And so it's still me fighting as a woman to get a promotion and, get more money and stuff like that. So it's things like that that I deal with, because I'm at a point in my transition where I'm just recognized as a woman. I don't really get called out for being trans too much publicly. But for other people who might just be at the beginning or something, it could be very hard. It takes a while to, become developed and, all of that stuff. So, that's where I am.
So what do you think what do you think causes, or what was your decision? What was like, hey, I want to become a woman?
I always felt, and I want to sound cliche, because you'll hear a lot of trans people say it, but I used to get, when I was little, I used to get whoopings for doing stuff like putting shirts on my head and wanting to, wear girl clothes and stuff like that. But I learned very young that being feminine, all that stuff was not working. The family didn't accept it. People was trying to, fight and stuff all the time. So I tried to mask it. Then I started to grow up and I it came out and, entered the gay world and stuff and made friends. And I had friends who would want to transition and they would say stuff like, they want to transition, but they're not going to do it until their parents die because they can't do it. If they, like just difference, they didn't want to transition, while their mother was different stuff like that. But I lost one of my best friends and we was just talking about it. And I just, at that point, I was like, you know what, life is too short. I was just unhappy. I was attractive as a guy, but it just didn't feel right. It just felt forced and fake. And, I wasn't happy in that. I just wanted to be a woman. And that was just like my dream, like even now, I'm at a point now, I just always wanted to get to a point where I could get out of bed, pull my hair up, take a shower and just be, that. And I'm at that point in my transition. So if I don't accomplish anything else in life, I accomplished like the main thing that I wanted to do and that I wanted to be. So yeah.
Absolutely. And you did it, and you did it very well, darling.
Yes.
Okay.
You did that.
Well, thank
Let's
you.
start off with that part right there. And there's so much more for you to accomplish. I mean, you have already accomplished a lot more. Your career, your acting career, your music career. If though it's just really getting started.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, we love us some Tia Carta over here.
Yeah, I'm blown away
Thank you. Thank you.
by
Thank
the
you.
music, by the poise, by the grace, by
Yes.
by the whole demeanor, completely, the total package.
Right.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Love it.
Because I'm hard on people who do music.
Right. She is.
Yeah, and I'm really like just getting started. Like I've really, it's taken me a while to just kind of find that voice and really, what I wanted to do. And I feel like my style is really, really old school. I like to really tap into really, really old styles of music, like, jazz and blues and 90s R&B, but producing that type of music today with current types of beats and things like that kind of makes it more modern. But if you guys watch and see as I release more music, I'm going to really, really play with really, really old styles of music and stuff like that. I just really enjoy being an artist and creating. And I don't want to lose the passion in that or lose my drive to want to do that because of social media and what people think and say and stuff. So that's why I kind of unplug a lot and pull back. Like I'm getting ready to release some visuals and more music and stuff. And around those times, I really just unplug and, try not to really take so much in. Like now I got people in my inbox telling me I need to market myself differently. I need to do that. And sometimes I just want to shut myself off from all of those opinions and just produce the art that's coming from my heart without all of these other influences.
Right. So that is true to you and who you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree. We're artists as well, so we get you.
Mm-hmm.
So did you have anything else you wanted to ask about the Trans Tribulations?
Yes.
Okay.
I just wanted to know, the Trans Tribulations, has it affected you both personally and professionally, or has it just been a personal issue?
You know what? Let me say this. I will say professionally, even now in the job that I have, I don't even want to say it's like tokenized, but it is. I feel like the jobs and stuff that I've had, it has been because I'm trans and the different companies want to kind of get in and ride that wave. I'm grateful to be employed and have the jobs and stuff, but it's still some shit with it, if you get what I'm saying.
Right.
It's
Yeah, the
not
quota
Right.
mentality.
Yeah, so it's that type of thing, and I deal with that. And just personally, if I can just be completely honest, and a lot of people probably won't even admit stuff like this, but it could be very lonely. It is not. People think that I could be with people and cars stopping and guys always trying to holler and this and that and this and that, but um it doesn't feel good that people only want you sexually. It doesn't feel good that people people a guy don't want to take you out or really be seen with you for real, you know what I'm saying, but he'll come and hit your phone up 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning and want his dick sucked and want to come and fuck you raw and all of that, but don't want to take you out. I can't call a nigga, you know what I'm saying. It's I can't say I need this, or I'm low on groceries, or I need a bill paid, or you know what I'm saying, like different things. Like people just chalk the value of. So I've never been a sex worker, even though sex work is very high in the trans community. And I've just always made a point to kind of stay away from that, and thinking that men would value me more if I had, a job and I was a girl who worked and I kept myself a certain way. But now I realize that none of that shit do not matter. I could be a doctor, I could be a lawyer, but in their head, I'm still a tranny, and they hear that tranny suck dick good. Like,
wow.
So that, I mean, just and that's just like really the reality of what it is. It becomes very disheartening and very discouraging that men only see you in that one dimension. It's I will even go as far as to say it's painful, to just be seen in a certain type of light.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. I would think. Was there anything that you wanted to leave our listeners with as far as the trans community is concerned?
Man, I just want to say, if we're all people, like we don't want to be looked at as degenerates or less than human because we're Black. And I'm just addressing the Black community, because that's where the problem, really is. If we could just look at each other as humans and not worry about when I meet people and I'm looking at people, I'm not looking and trying to figure out, if you like men, or if you a top or a bottom, or what you do behind closed doors. I'm not thinking about that when I'm interacting with you. But unfortunately, most people, that when they see, some of us, or if they know that we're gay or trans, that's where their mind goes to.
Right.
Who's taking the dick, or who's doing this and doing that. And I just want to be, even in my artistry, I didn't even want to be like this trans artist. I just want to be evaluated for my talent and what I do there, not because I'm trans, and that's what it is. But I know we are a ways away from that, and hopefully I'm just one of the ones that's on the forefront of breaking those walls down, so the people, the TIA Carters that come after me can have a easier time.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Yeah, I definitely agree. Which is some of the points that we touched on in the first Trans Tribulations.
Mm-hmm.
And it's definitely something that we are going to continue talking about every season. We make it a point, it's our second season, but we make it a point to discuss this topic every season until it becomes the norm.
Mm-hmm.
People need to have this conversation. People need to understand that trans women are women. People need to understand that it is not okay to kill someone just for them being trans, just for their sexuality. People need to understand and know that we are not going to be quiet and stop talking about this issue, because it is serious. And we really, really appreciate you having this conversation with us. I've learned a lot.
And let me add this too. It's not all on people outside of the community either. We have a lot of work to do too. We have to sit and accept the reality of what we are. We have to and I know a lot of people will hear this and probably be mad that I'm saying this, but we have to accept the fact that we are trans women. We are not what they want to call cisgender women. And I know a lot of cis women hate to be the term cisgender, but I feel like we have to, it's okay. We're trans. We were born a certain way and we chose to, do this, and we have to learn to accept that and be honest in that, and also be okay with people not accepting us, and people, it's okay for people not to accept us. It's okay. Right. We have to be okay with being who we are, okay with saying who we are, and just that. We can't be trying to be people in the head. Yeah, trans women or women, but we are trans women. Right. And that fact has to be acknowledged, because if you don't acknowledge that, that's when a lot of other things start happening. You can't be with a man and all of these things, and then you're getting intimate with him, and because a lot of men have a vagina fetish. They don't want they want what they want, and you can't there's no way around that. So we have to, it's a lot of layers really to it. And I'm not saying that trans women are out here tricking people, because I don't think that that's by far. I think that some maybe do, but as a whole, the girls are telling they saying, hey, I'm a transsexual, right? I'm, before being involved with men. You do have,
and the men don't give a damn.
Right.
Yeah, but you do have some who don't. I can say I'm even guilty of just wanting to live in that moment when you're interacting with a man and he just sees you as a woman and he's interacting with you as a woman. There's a high in that. Yeah. With him not knowing that you're trans and all of that. And I think some girls get caught up in that, and that is very dangerous. That's very dangerous territory. Men feel tricked. You don't even have to say shit to them. Men feel tricked if they even look at you and they trying to talk to you, and then you're like, I'm trans and shit. They feel tricked right there, because it's like, bitch, I was looking at you, your ass fat, you a man where? You know what I'm saying? Right. You're trans where? So I just think that that we have to be more responsible and take more accountability in that, and really, really being proud, really, really proud of who we are. Sometimes visibility does make it a bit more dangerous. I always say the more passable you are, the more dangerous it is for you. People want to say that there's a privilege in passing, which there is, because you can go about your day without being taunted and stuff, but it also makes it very dangerous. And especially, now we having these surgeries, we got these titties and fat asses and no, for real, like it and the guys, it's dangerous. You have to be very careful. I'm very, very careful in how I deal with men and stuff now. It's no joke out here. So yeah.
I'm absolutely glad that you brought that up, because that was actually something that we touched on last season for this topic.
Okay.
All of that, just straight up facts. I totally agree. I can't say anything more than that.
Okay. I appreciate you all like reaching out and even being willing to have the conversations. I think that this is the first step, just having the conversations and just having someone to say, hey, I'm a heterosexual woman and I feel like this too, because we need, those voices, I think that Black women set the tone for so much. It's so important to have that voice and have Black women as a ally to say, hey, these people deserve a chance too. So I appreciate that, and I appreciate, just having you there to open up your platform to have these types of conversations.
I totally agree. And I do feel like, as the African American queen, mother of civilization, all these things that get attributed to the Black woman, we have a deep and abiding responsibility to lift our whole culture.
Right.
We have to lift each other throughout the kingdom. It's not any one category that we can lift. We can't build up Black men and not build up people who are trans. We can't build up Black children and not build up the people they become. So it's like we have to as a whole be good to each other.
You better say that shit.
We have to as a whole be good to each other. We have an immense and an intense responsibility to lift each other in so many different ways. We are being broken down as a culture. We are being targeted as a whole
and put it against each
and
other.
if we've been divided and conquered and light skin versus dark skin and trans versus not trans and gay versus straight and warrants versus no warrants. We just gotta come to a place where parking violations versus no parking violations. We just gotta come to a place
we gotta come to a place of love.
We gotta love
unity.
everybody. It's our job. It's our job. And if people started treating it like a job, and a responsibility as opposed to passing the buck and blaming it on religion. God said love your neighbor too. He didn't say nothing about you telling somebody about themselves. That ain't your job.
And it makes it easier. Spread love.
Right. And if people was really religious, like they say, they would start with the love part.
Start with the love. Get a little love for your neighbor.
Right. If you was who you said you was on Sunday morning.
Well, that was that, y'all. I am so excited. Let's get into it, y'all. Welcome to the Raw BJ Podcast presents an independent music moment. We are joined with the lovely TIA CARTA.
Yes!
Hey, girl, hey. Let's go ahead and jump right into it, yo. Miss Tia, tell us about what made you get into music.
I've always been musical from a child. I started off playing instruments. I played like alto saxophone, clarinet, flute. Just instruments as I and that lasted all the way up into high school. When I got to high school, the high school I went to, they had the choir was very popular, like more popular than the basketball team, and all of that. We was doing all these competitions. It was called vocal jazz. I auditioned, and it just took off from there. I got selected to be in a program where I started to learn classical and opera music, and just got deeper into music and always kind of wanted to do that. It's always been there. But as I grow and then I transitioned, I had to refine my voice and all of that. And then I was having difficulties, like the same shit I was talking about earlier. I would meet producers and stuff and going to the studio and this nigga want to get his dick sucked. Or and I'm just there trying to drop a track and different things like that. So me and Bugs ended up bumping heads because I was doing photography and we did a photo shoot together, and we just developed a friendship. And he was started doing music, and we decided to develop Pynk Entertainment, and we just started getting out there, and now we're here.
I love it. So tell us about Pynk Entertainment.
So Pynk is an entertainment company, a record label. It's LGBT artists. It's a collective of dope individuals. And we just coming together to or put out music and just show that there's real talent within our community without having to have it be a gimmick. Especially like, you would have to, even for gay men, I was feeling like in order to be accepted, masculine gay men were a little bit less accepted. Let me give you a prime example. A lot of gay artists now are not identifying as gay anymore. They're using the word queer. Just because, I don't know, to try to have more edge or whatever. And I just feel like the standard is tries to take the masculinity. So a masculine Black gay man can't be represented. They want to a more so effeminate gay man would really get and not to take away anything from them or say that they don't deserve it, but they'll get that light before just a regular gay man that's rapping and talented would get, you know, some type of spotlight. And the same thing with being trans. You would have to be, you know, this kind of, you know,
extra.
Yeah, and it's not really given that. A lot of us just really have talent and want to showcase that.
Well, yeah, I absolutely agree, because that's how the media has always portrayed gay people, drag queens with that extra personality, you know, and transsexuals. That's how the media portrays us, the LGBT community. So that's what they kind of keep up with, that type of norm. They don't want to see us as regular people, you know, who could identify as heterosexual just looking at the outside. They want to
Mm-hmm.
know that they want the stereotypical gay. They want the stereotypical trans. That's what they want.
I would liken that to exactly how they were treating and are still treating the African American community. If we're not entertaining, then the purpose is gone.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not something that benefits people, like, bless his heart, Lord rest his soul, but Flip Wilson was entertaining first and Black second.
Mm-hmm.
If you let Hollywood tell the story,
Right.
Exactly.
Holiday was Black second and entertainment in a lounge 1st.
Mm-hmm.
And when she didn't do what they wanted her to do, they started coming for her license to sing. And then it was all this, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, they always want to categorize and put people in a box. And for trans people, that struggle is no different. The disrespect is the same. The threat is the same. The lack of security is the same. The only difference is they recognize Black people, at least on paper, as getting equal rights. We had to fight for equality, not superiority, not inferiority, just equal.
Yeah.
And I feel like for people who are trans, there's a more uphill battle coming, because people can understand different color skin more than they can understand everything else.
Even within the LGBT community, I'll even say this: being trans, you're only really accepted if you're a fab girl or if you look a certain type of way. You know, I'll just, you know, say that now. I mean, misogyny. I'll say this: I experienced misogyny from both straight and gay men. And it's real that the gay men within the community have always tried to kind of control the narrative of how the trans women should look and act and all of that. And if you aren't a certain girl that's pretty or look a certain type of way, the community really don't live for you.
Right. That's something that I have noticed. Yeah, it's unfortunate. You know.
Yeah. So
I have noticed that. So you and Bugs Gutter, who will actually be on the show next week, y'all, did you start Pynk Gorilla together?
Yeah, and Chad. I think Pynk Gorilla was something that Bugs, you know, always pondered or whatever, and just kind of wanted to do. But we just came together. We would just you know, be linking up and working on music and writing music, and we was, you know, had started to go into the studio. And Bugs just sat down one day and he hit up me and Chad, and he was like, "Yo, what y'all thinking we should just start Pynk Gorilla Entertainment?" And me and Chad was with it, and we did it. We, you know, did the paperwork, got our LLC, and, you know, just really been going. And it's been a bit of a struggle because you have people, anytime you're trying to do anything, you have people to start to come at you who want to discredit you, and, you know, just all type of stuff like that. And it's like, damn, you know, we trying to do this really for the community. We don't really want to be fighting against people, especially within the community. But everybody want to, kind of, it's like, well, we were the ones to watch, or we were emerging, so people felt like they had to come at us to make their name and all that type of stuff. So it's, that type of mess. But no, we been going hard. Like I'm sitting now. We have our own studio now. I'm really into production. We record our own music, and so it's becoming. I'm starting to specialize in pre-production, where I work with like new artists and work on songwriting and recording techniques and just all of that. So for me, it's becoming more about pouring back in the community and uplifting younger artists and emerging artists. And so Pynk Gorilla, we building a legacy that's going to be here and talked about even when we're gone.
Absolutely. Yeah, I love it. We did an interview with Rico Cassadine last week, and he was absolutely incredible. We are actually drinking. What's the name of our drink?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked. We're drinking Pink Gorilla Punch.
Pink Gorilla.
Oh,
Punch.
okay.
Wish you were here with us. Last week we had a apple. What was it for Rico? He wanted crown apple, so we did that. We made like a little spritzer with the crown apple.
We had a Crown Rico cocktail.
The apple Stella Rosa and something else. Right?
And it was good as a fuck.
It was good. Oh, cranberry juice. That's what it was. Yeah. So we wish you were here with us to have our Pink Gorilla Punch. But
yes, that would be amazing.
Yes, it's made with Stella Rosa watermelon, some watermelon juice, and some Casamigos tequila.
Yeah.
And tequila is my favorite drink. Yeah. So the tequila, the Casamigos is the gorilla part of it.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like we got to
we're gonna have to come out with a tequila Carter cocktail.
Nah, okay.
Oh, I love tequila. That's all I drink. And I don't even have to have Casamigos. Give me some Patron or some 1800. I'm good.
Okay.
I love 1800.
Yes.
I love 1800.
Listen, I'll be in next week, so we might have to get together and get some Casamigos.
Oh, you'll be here next week.
Yeah, I'll be in Staten Island next week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
I won't be there. He's leaving me.
But I'm visiting all 5 boroughs, so I'll be in
so you definitely need to reach out and maybe come to the Pink Gorilla Studios and have a drink or something.
Yeah. You better take pictures for me.
I'm going to. Okay, so I am known to make things awkward. Ask Brittany. So
oh my God.
Forgive me now. I get
Joe
nervous.
is so socially awkward. Like
socially awkward as
not
fuck.
on purpose. It just really happened.
That's why I just sit here and do my podcast.
And see, and I'm looking at you now. That's not what I perceive, but hey.
Well, thank you. It can be kind of awkward sometimes. I just don't know when I get.
Joe gets idol struck when he get around people that he's been listening to their music and stuff, and he gets really awkward.
It's like this, Tia. Like Rico, he was like last week. I was telling him, I was like, I'm a fan of your music. I'm a fan of you. Like you sitting here right now, I am absolutely like, whoa, because what you have to understand is that I don't know you all. I see y'all the same way I see Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion, Beyonce. I see y'all via internet. I see y'all doing music videos,
breaking barriers,
TV shows. You know what I'm saying? Like the photos, the videos, the audio is perfect. Like it's exactly like you. The attention to detail, the quality of the work that y'all put out is so top notch that it's like watching celebrities. In my mind, y'all are celebrities. So of course, like being able, like when Chad reached out to do interviews, I was nervous. Like last year, Rico joined one of our live recordings. And I was like, oh my God.
This motherfucker got so hyped. And he stopped doing what we was talking about. And we had already done a run through of the damn show. So he left me out to dry and stopped talking.
I'm like, Rico, like we want you on the show next week. Not next week, but at some point in time. And he was like, okay, yeah, absolutely. And then I've been following you for as long as I've been following Rico. And I was actually nervous to reach out because I'm like, look at these people. I said, they like the gay mafia up here. I said, everything they do is so perfect and pristine and just like, the covers, the audio, the music, like it's a level of perfection to what y'all do. And I was like, bitch, we not on that level. They're gonna say no.
You know what? It feels good to hear you say that, because I want to admit, in this whole thing, it's been a bit of a struggle with me. Just my social media, before really being an artist, I don't want to say I wasn't openly trans, but I'm not a person that's just announcing I'm trans, or, it's not really all on my page and all of that. I mean, I was just working, it's my job and doing what I was doing and just trying to be normal and kind of ride the wave of fitting in. But now with doing music and stuff and, just being recognized and, my being trans really being put out there, it has, caused me to kind of step back and kind of really evaluate myself. And it's not always easy because people, there's hashtags and stuff. People can, trans, I be getting, different types of inboxes and different things like that. So being visible isn't always what it's cracked up to be. And just being, out there is openly anything. It could be a lot sometimes. So to hear people that appreciate it and see what we doing and stuff, it makes me want to keep going and keep doing it, because sometimes I be feeling like, I'm a just go live on a farm and not be bothered with people and because it can be like that. But I really love doing music, and I really love when people or saying that they listening and they see us, so it means so much.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, we definitely see y'all. We definitely love it.
Yes.
And we definitely want to go ahead and get into this first track, y'all.
Hey.
Real Talk. This is a song with you and the leader of the pack, Mr. Bugs Jota.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely love this song right here. How did this come about?
I don't know. Bugs came to the studio. I think he was working on a song, and he was like, say this hook, and and it just came like that. And that's just how we work. We go through spells where we just doing nothing but creating, and and especially since we have a studio now, we can get up and at any time and record something. So we just got together and made the song, and it was actually the first time that we charted. So Real Talk was the first song that we charted on top 50 iTunes. I want to say number 30 something. I'm not exactly sure, 34 or something like that. I'm not sure, but it really meant a lot, like to be able to chart, and that I was like, okay, the people see us. We doing something here. Right. So yeah.
Well, let's go ahead and get into it. Why don't you go ahead and introduce the song?
Okay, so this is Real Talk, Bugs Jota featuring TIA CARTA. Real Talk, let's go.
Do it.
Not again. 2020. Pynk Gorilla, leader of the pack. If a nigga say he harder than he lying, all that tough boy talk, nigga, I ain't buying. About to press, these niggas know I'm. Homie, if you proud of what you doing, stop crying. I don't really know what I'm doing, but I'm doing it. All these niggas say they ain't haters, but they spewing it. Niggas get the spotlight, don't know what to do with it. Nigga get the chance to fuck my man, yeah, he doing it. Just so he can say it, throw it in my face. But the price of a taste is a bullet to the face. Put it on munch, I ain't never front. I was beating niggas up in wigs and some punks, motherfucker.
Real talk, real talk. Say it to my face, motherfucker. Real talk, real talk, real talk. Say it with your chest, motherfucker.
Leader of the pack, Pynk Gorilla with the strap. And I don't fuck with niggas who be co-signing rats. Goldie in the back, blonde Bob with the gat. If I tell her make a move, she gon' leave you where you at. No interactions or mentions, trust they watch me. And I ain't just talking my shit, cause I'm cocky. I got big dick energy, you can't stop me. Even in an orgy, nigga, you couldn't top me.
Real talk, real talk, real talk. chest, motherfucker. Real talk, real talk. Say it to my face, motherfucker. Real talk, real talk, real talk. Say it with your chest, motherfucker.
Hey,
Say it to my face, motherfucker.
motherfucker.
Real talk, real talk. Say it with your chest, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yay.
That is a straight up bop. You know, I love it. I love your voice on that. It really gives me like Khalees vibes. Like,
Mhm.
I love it. Real talk. Real talk. Real talk. I love it. How was it like? How is it working with Bugs and Chad?
Um, it's amazing. It's amazing. I like it because I really don't stress a lot with them. Like they handle everything. I don't, they stress me out sometimes when it's like time to do stuff because they're very strict business people. And I just kind of take advantage of the luxury of having a team. I don't really stress. I let them stress about stuff, and so only thing they stress
Right.
me out is about stuff like about the interview today. I was a little bit running late today because I was trying to get one of my patients in a shelter. She was having a problem, so I had to go and handle that. But the most thing I have to stress about is doing something or being on time for something. But as long as I do that and I'm where I'm supposed to be and doing what I'm supposed to be, they make it very easy for me. And these are not only my business partners, but these Bugs is my best friend. Chad is also, what I'm saying, that we are a family. So and so we have that type of dynamic, and I wouldn't choose to be on this journey with anybody else besides them. And when we got so many more things to come, so yeah.
Absolutely. We can see it. We can't wait for it because
I'm
I'm
super
ready.
excited.
Yeah. Go ahead. I have a question for you at the end or towards the end, but go ahead. I know you've been wanting to get something off your chest.
Thank you. It's
Off
a
that
lot.
titties.
So, who are your biggest influences with music? Because I hear a lot from your music. So I'm just trying to
Yes.
figure out like where it all comes from.
um You know what? I think a lot of my influence, I can't not say that. I think it all kind of like comes from first like church and growing up and going to church. So that's one influence. Um, but I think as far as like my voice was, I Bug says that my voice is if my voice is like if Tony Braxton and Erica
What did
Badu
I
had a
say?
child.
What did I just say earlier? I
I'm
just
so
said that.
sorry. I'm being so ignorant. Continue. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. We just said that.
No, it's okay. But I think but growing up, I think I used to think I was Tony Braxton growing up. I swear.
Yes.
I used to put shirts on my head and I used to be singing her songs, and my cousin would, but just naturally my voice is just kind of naturally in the same register as hers. So that's why kind of hear a lot of that, and it sounds like yeah, so you're gonna like hear that. And I'm 90s influence, anything 90s, you're gonna hear a lot of, you're gonna hear Mary influences, you're gonna hear some Lauryn Hill influences, you're gonna hear Erica Badu, you're gonna hear Jill Scott, Tony Braxton, all of those types of artists. And I kind of wanna like stay there. I feel like music now is at a place where an artist like me can't emerge with this. I think that I'm this perfect mix of old and new.
Yes.
Mhm.
Totally agree.
So it's that for me. But yeah, If you hear something in my voice, it's probably something from the 90s. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, probably yeah. That's it.
That's what I was getting from
That's
it.
it right there.
Now, I do want to know, what has been your biggest musical challenge of all time? Period.
Period.
Was it finding the right studio, the right people to work with? Was it anything?
I think it was kind of the challenge for me before Pink Gorilla, because I was pursuing doing music before I got with Pink Gorilla. It just was not working out for me. And I think that the biggest challenge was just, doing it alone, and being trans. Like, that's really what it was. Like I spoke about before, I can, tell you of so many instances where I went and paid for studio time and, thought that these producers were taking me seriously and we were going to produce music and doing this. I can tell you one time I went to the studio. I wasn't in the studio for no more than 10 minutes. Like, me and the guy had been talking on the phone. I had emailed my tracks and everything. I go in the booth. He sets the mic up for me and all of this. He goes back out. I'm thinking I'm about to record. He opens the door, come back in, dick out, rock hard. Like, so that was the type of stuff, that I experienced.
No, that was like when we went to DJ house.
Oh my God. Yeah, so
he said, "Oh my God."
No, so that type of stuff, that broke me down so much, because I was consistently trying, and it just broke me down. I can remember leaving that situation, crying, and I had paid the guy like $150 for the studio time, and I just had to kind of get out of there. I had lost my money. You know what I'm saying? I'm in New York by myself, paying bills. It's not cheap to live here. So yeah, just that type of stuff. So now being in a space that I don't have to deal with that, is it's amazing.
Yeah, I would definitely say so.
Mm-hmm. And people would think that you would want that. People would think that, oh, oh girl, he was hot. You should have sucked his dick, or But I felt devastated behind that type of stuff. Like, I'm not, just because the guy is fine and he's this. I know that doesn't really move me. I want to be taken seriously,
right?
So yeah,
about what you do,
and his looks don't justify his actions. He was wrong as fuck.
Right? Exactly.
Yeah. So,
bastard.
Right. That shit gets at me. I'm not gonna be able to cope. I'll be a goddamn.
What's your next question, Brittany? For we have to come to New York right now.
What do you want your music to say about you? These good questions, ain't it?
I want my music. I want my music to, say. But you know what? My music is a lot of, no, because I'm really, really thinking about it. My music it's a lot of pain in my music. It's a lot of pain in my voice, and I feel like because it's a easy emotion to connect to. I've experienced so much disappointment, and just like from family and all of that, and it's so easy to tap into that pain and into that rawness. I feel like a lot of the music now is about get the bag, trick the nigga, you know what I'm saying? Do that. I want to show the flip side of that. I want to talk about the pain. I want to, go there with it. But I just want to be, most of all, as I said before, I just want to be seen and considered as a serious artist, and just taken for that. If I accomplish anything else from this, it's just to say that, hey, this is a serious artist, not just somebody that's out here playing.
Absolutely.
I agree.
Yeah. And you are a serious artist. So let's go ahead and get into your first single, Lies.
Yes, this one.
And you know what? It's so fun. Lies. I wasn't going to even really release Lies. I was doing some promotional music and performing, different places, because I was doing a lot of performances. Bugs was, sharing the stage with me. So it was like songs that I had written. Lies was one of the first songs that I created, and it was kind of supposed to be like a soundtrack to, because I do production, television studio production, and kind of putting some things together. So the song was kind of gonna go with something else, but no, we end up releasing it, and yeah, I mean, it's something that people can relate to, because who hadn't been lied to and played with?
Baby, when I tell you, this song right here is so fire. Like, I be in the car listening to this song, be ready to cry. Nobody lied to me.
This song is the anthem.
I just be like, okay, Lee, you just gonna sit in my face.
This song had me relating. I feel like I definitely been lied to by the Department of Education, and I feel like the student loan people lied to me, and I was like,
they lied about my stimulus.
Yes, okay. I was all the way in my feelings. I was like, you're a liar and you're a cheat. I was listening to this song. I turned into Catherine Jackson.
Right. Yo, this song is so hot, yo. Miss Tia Carta, why don't you go ahead and introduce this song for our listeners?
Okay, so this is my first official single. This is Lies. It charted number 34 on iTunes R&B charts. So yeah, that was good. But this is Lies.
This has to stop. You will not destroy me.
You're
We see you.
hurting me.
Okay.
Stop hurting me. Just stop hurting me.
Stop
No.
hurting me, damn it, please. Oh, you will not destroy me, you
You
motherfucking
won't.
bitch. You won't. Yet. Yeah. You brought some emotions out with that one, baby.
Okay.
That is my jam. Okay.
Well, thank you.
Love
Loved
it.
it.
Oh my God, love it. Yo, Miss Tia Carter, what is next for you? I need more. I need more of this soulful, this energy. I need more of this good smoking, drinking, vibing music to chill out to. What's next for Tia Carter? What can we expect from you over the next year? When's the EP coming? The album? Give us
Okay.
something. Come on.
But you
Cause
know
you know
what?
we gonna promote like a
We
bug.
gonna promote like a fuck.
We got it's so much going on. Like I don't like my project is, I don't know if we're gonna do my project first or we're gonna drop Rico's. We got a Pink Gorilla compilation, which might be the next thing, but I'm definitely about to drop a visual for Lies and another single. And it's just gonna go. To me, Lies was like you went out to eat, and Lies was like the appetizer. Lies was your hot wings. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It ain't even it hasn't really even scratched the surface. And then I've developed so much as an artist since I've recorded Lies. So there's so much more depth. I'm going, so many other places. So I definitely got some meat and potatoes for y'all.
Yes,
Yeah,
we love those. And here's my thing. When I heard Lies, it was giving me the influence of, I don't know if anybody else heard this, but very Natalie Cole type of soulful way of singing, very Snowfall on the Sahara type of feel. And I was just like, I don't know if anybody's hearing this or not, but that's what it was gripping me with. Like I was getting the soulful part of the song every time you were saying something. It was like if Natalie Cole and Tony was in the studio together.
Right.
It was very, don't leave me in all this pain. And then Natalie say hers. You know what I'm saying? And it was the combination of those two sounds.
You know what? I don't mind being I don't mind showing pain or being ugly in my music or in my art, if that makes any sense. Like I don't mind being really raw with it, and just being strong vocally, or going deep, or whatever I need to do to express whatever I need to express in a song. I don't mind going there. It's not, my music is not prissy,
Right.
Sometimes you have to take it there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. But we definitely got, so much more coming. It's just, balancing life and work, and it takes, money to put things together and put things out, and we, working really hard and doing what we have to do. It's all for the culture, and I appreciate that people are into it and liking what we doing. I was really nervous about it because I was like, are people going to get this? Is this going to be too much? And I was really starting to get into like the Ma Rainey documentary, Bessie Smith, and most recently Billie Holiday. So now I really want to tap more into those sounds. So you might hear some more of that type of stuff from me. But I've tapped into some Mary a little bit. My project is really paying homage to the 90s.
Yeah.
So you're gonna hear that. And I'm gonna start getting, out there more and, doing some covers and stuff like that. So if y'all, hear something and y'all have an idea, you want to hear me cover it or whatever, let me know. Drop me an inbox or, just let me know. And
I already got mine.
Oh, okay. Sure. Tell me. So
I'm gonna need you to do Kehlani Gangsta, and I'm also gonna need to hear Queen Naja's Pack Lights.
Yeah.
Get very clear. I need both of those.
Please.
I know.
Don't say it like it was your idea.
No. You came up with Gangsta, Kehlani, and Pack Light was
that
was mine.
You ain't tell me, so it was mine.
Okay. You know what? I like that song. I might just do that.
Come on, we could do a duet. See, I ain't got the time or the patience to do with your shit today. Pack Light. If you don't get your act together, you might have to bad vibe. All that.
No, honey, that is not how the song goes. Oh, Queen Naja, I'm so sorry if you are listening to this. This man, get your hands off me.
I love it.
Don't you ever butcher that song again.
I was gonna say that song though. Those are two right there for you.
But I think Gangsta's gonna be Gangsta's gonna be the most dope cover because it's not the same cadence that you normally use.
Right.
So I feel like people outside of that, it's something about you doing that part where she's like, I'm fucked up. Mm-hmm. I'm black and blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm familiar with that song.
I think you're gonna take it and make it your own, and I feel like because you've been through something. So if you have to talk about that part, I think that's gonna be this what?
I'm excited to hear the chorus. What you would do with the chorus? I need a gangster. Like I'm excited to hear.
I need a gangster to love me better.
Yeah.
Yes.
Than all the
I was right.
Yes.
Okay, I got you.
Please, okay. What? We need those two.
But this was my idea. These both was my idea. He didn't tell me nothing. He didn't tell
idea.
me no. He didn't say Pack Light to me. I said Pack Light. You ain't say shit.
We've been friends for so long. It just transferred.
It's always a motherfucker trying to steal your idea out here. It'd be the person closest to you.
Yo,
people closest to you.
TIA CARTA, it has been a pleasure having you here.
Have you heard our song yet, Tia? Did anybody share it with you at all?
Did anybody share our song with you?
Did I hear it? I don't know. Play it.
So, if you don't know, we do parody music.
Okay.
Basically, like funny.
Everybody know what the fuck a parody is. Okay.
I don't know. Some people don't. But anyways, see, this is what I was saying about making it awkward. But anyways.
Okay, so you're familiar with Cardi B and Megan WAP, right?
Right.
So we came out with FAP, which is fat ass people. And we finna play it.
Look, she's like,
but we want your honest opinion, though. When you hear it, we want your honest opinion.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Oreos in this house, Oreos in this house, Oreos in this house, Oreos in this house. I said fat on fleek, 7 days a week. Fat ass people, you know them stairs make me weak. Yeah. Now you fucking with some fat ass people. Collard greens and pork chops, we some fat ass people. Eating everything you got, we some fat ass people. I eat it all with no regard. Want my fries, yeah, extra large. You got some cookies I wanna taste. Who's selling stamps, EBT card. Cream on top, apple pie. I can't wait to get it inside. Goes in my mouth and right to my thighs. This belly is soft, come take a ride like my fluff. I'm not surprised, no hide and seek. I'm too big to hide, I want you to stuff that whole 3-5 right in this little cigar. When I scream, it's for ice cream. I eat in public and cause a scene. No keto diet, not for me. Now where the hell are my onion rings?
Gobble up, swallow up, never get the bubble guts. Buffet date, yeah, he know he better fill me up. Give me your card so I can order Uber Eats. I run in niggas' pockets, never run in reality. Make me grit, add some shrimp. Don't ask for food, I demand that shit. Ain't never had a fat bitch like me. Cash at me. Allstar Peach. Buy me wings and other things. We some fat ass people. He feeds me and rubs my belly. We some fat ass people. Put peanut butter on my jelly. We some fat ass people. Don't say you love me, let food tell me. We some fat ass people.
Look, I need a big dinner with a peach soda and a fish platter, cause I'm a weed smoker, not a garden salad. I need a meat order and I want dessert when it's all over. You got some food, then that's where I'm headed. I'm gonna eat, that you can bet it. Got crumbs in my beard and I won't forget it. My doctor's surprised, I'm not diabetic. I don't wanna sip, I wanna gulp. I wanna gag on cherry coke. I want a 10-piece hot chicken wing and slide down the back of my throat. The wings hot as fire, I needed the sunny. They just hit my belly, now I got a potty. I run to the toilet like the cops are behind me. I'll be there in a minute, so don't try to find me.
Yeah, I'm a fat bitch. Food is my freak shit. Feed me good, my pussy start leaking. Bring up fork, feed me while I put my weave in. Never lost weight, cause I'm gon' need it. My food chain has to start with cheeses. He don't hate my pussy, but he love to beat it. Big D stands for big dinner. Came in an angel, now he's a sinner. When I muck bang, then he can't hang. I swallow dick and he scream my name. He take me out and ask what I eat. I'm taking 2 of everything.
Give me the food! Yeah, now you fucking with some fat ass people. Collard greens and my pork chops with some fat ass people. Eating everything you got, we some fat ass people. We ain't gon' stop till we drop, we some fat ass people.
We eat food and we won't stop. We some fat ass people.
I'm walking flop, 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 we some fat ass people.
Eat macaroni from the pot. We some fat ass people.
O's in this house, Oreos 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 in this house, in this house.
Hey.
In this house.
Ow.
Ow.
Okay, you know what? I like y'all got bars. You know what? So you know what? No, I'm gonna have to hear real talk. Y'all gonna have to do real talk. So yeah, so I'm just putting it out there.
You wanted to do a parody to you and Bug song, Real Talk?
Y'all gonna have to do real talk.
Tell Chad, send us an instrumental. We got you.
Okay.
I don't know what y'all will call it or how y'all gonna flip it, but y'all gotta do real talk. You know what? Honestly, I would love to see a visual too.
We're working on the music video right now. Together, trust me. We're both single parents, and we're trying to get it together.
Okay.
Okay, cool. That's what's up.
Love it. Oh my God. Thank you so much. We're getting
and here's the funny thing. That's our first song ever.
That's our first ever. Yeah. We never.
Okay, well, y'all wrote it?
Yeah, we wrote that.
Okay, y'all got bars.
It took us 3.5 hours to make the song.
Yeah.
Okay. And are you guys in a actual recording studio now?
No,
Right now we're in our podcast studio.
Right.
It's giving studio vibes and stuff. And you know, we're back and forth to Atlanta. I plan to buy a home in Georgia one day.
Oh.
So you know what? Prior to I lived in East Atlanta in 2018. I subletted my place here. I was about to make the transition there. I was looking at a home in Lithonia, but COVID happened and all of that. So
that's exactly
not
where
30058, honey.
I'm in Lithonia off 124 near Snellville.
Oh, okay.
We're at my house in the basement.
We're in Lithonia right now.
Basement I remodeled. Well, we're doing construction now, but this what you can see is the part of our studio for season 2. Season 3, which will be in August, is going to look completely different. We're doing so much remodeling here. It's ridiculous, but hey.
Okay. Well, hopefully, next time I will be there live in the studio drinking on Pynk Gorilla Punch with y'all.
Yeah.
Brittany's done with hers. I'm almost done with
And
mine.
I have another drink in mind for the next time that you come.
What?
We can have the Pynk Gorilla Punch, but I'm also thinking about a sweet tea, a sarsaparilla, or something like that.
Oh, a sweet tea. Long Island iced tea.
That's also true.
You know what? Y'all need to do real talk, but call it like fake bitch or something. Be like fake bitch, fake bitch, fake bitch. I ain't fucking with you or something. I don't know, but I don't know something.
I'm definitely going to tell Chad to send us an instrumental, and we're gonna come up with something. It's gonna be funny as fuck.
Yes.
Okay, that's what's up.
So as we go ahead and close it out, we do need to ask you, what is one last message that you want to send to our listeners, to your supporters, your fans. What do you want them to know about Tia Carter? What do you want to leave them with?
I just want to say, thanks everybody that's been supporting not only me but my team, Pink Gorilla Entertainment, Rico, Chad, Bugs. We see you guys. We thank you guys for opening up your platforms and inviting us out, and just stay tuned and keep supporting us and keep lifting us up, because all this that we're doing is for the culture. So thank everybody so much. I look so forward to meeting with you guys and talking with you guys again. This has been so much fun.
We absolutely love it. And that's on Mary's Little Lamb.
Okay. That's on Old McDonald's farm, the whole goddamn farm.
The whole farm. Anyway, this has been an Independent Music Moment by the Raw BJ Podcast with the lovely Miss Tia Carter. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Y'all, make sure y'all bring y'all asses back next time for another Raw BJ, and we will all come together.
Yes, and be sure to follow me on Facebook and Instagram. Instagram, she is Tia Carter. Facebook is Tia Carter. Follow my team, Pink Gorilla Entertainment. Bugs Gutter. I am Chad Bailey, Rico Casadine. Thank you guys so much.
All that, because I totally forgot to tell you to drop your social media.
That's that awkward shit I was talking about.
See, that's
that awkward shit I was talking about. He found out y'all was gonna show him a good time, and he forgot every damn thing after that.
Mouth. I do not want to hear Chad's mouth, so I'm definitely.
That's right, girl.
Going to,
go ahead and drop it real quick. What's your social media? Where can they find you, our listeners? Where can they find your music? Where can they find you?
I'm on all streaming platforms. Like I said, top 50 charting artists, iTunes, Lives, number 34. But yeah, I'm on all streaming platforms. Tia Carter, CARTA. I'm everywhere.
Yes.
Period.
Y'all get into it, y'all. We're gonna have more with Tia Carter later, and we love you all.
Yeah.
You see our Pynk.
You just gon' sit